If you are looking for an iPad, I'm sure you are familiar with this iPad 9 Gen, which is currently one of the best value tech devices you can get. Some of you might already considering to buy this one and just waiting for a sign. So if you are curious on how does this $250 iPad still dominate the market and if it's still worth buying this 2025, you are watching the right video. I'm Hermes and let me share what's good about this device on this iPad 9 Gen review. The most important thing on this iPad is its display. One of the best ways to watch entertainment like a YouTube video or series is on iPad. Maybe while seated or lying down, you will surely get comfortable as it's incredibly thin with 0.29-inch and only weighs around 1.07 pounds. And with its 10.2-inch Retina display with 2160 by 1620 resolution and 500 nits of brightness, it makes it immersive and engaging enough as colors are decent as well. But some of you might not like the black borders on the corners of the screen that contains the front camera, the home button, which also acts as a security function with Touch ID feature for this iPad, and the spacing from the visual display itself. And although the speakers of this iPad is impressively loud enough, it might take off some users' preference as it's vertically set up. But other than that, the performance of this iPad is notably commendable. For its price range, at first I did not expect that it can play such games smoothly. It has a 13 Bionic chip, which is still a decent modern powerhouse, and the only downside specifically on my case is not settling for bigger storage. This one that I have only has 64 gigs of storage, but you can opt out at max of 256 gigs. On my case, this iPad is just supposed to be used mostly for creatives, productivity, entertainment, and Procreate, which is a drawing/graphic related application which we'll talk about in a bit. But back again to its performance, still this iPad can even edit short form and simple videos on iMovie or CapCut, which is actually useful for some users that might prefer it for some quick short editing. So with that kind of performance, I'm sure you already have a grasp on what it can do. And this is where one of the key points of this iPad 9 Gen comes in, which is multitasking. This is actually what I've been using for some lazy multitasking for the last few months, and it's very easy to use. You can just simply tap on these three dots here and choose what kind of multi-screen setup you want. It can display two apps that you chose at the same time, or you can do the slide over setup, which what I've been using for most of the time. But it's not just that. In terms of multitasking, again, personally, I think this is one of the best investment devices you can get right now, considering the current price drop of its cost. Because you can use it also as a second screen if you have a MacBook via sidecar feature, just like what I've been doing, which is really efficient. Especially if you don't want to invest on an external monitor, but you still needed an extra screen or portable screen that you can bring anywhere. This is definitely a good option. But I'm not saying that you should get an iPad instead of an external monitor. That just doesn't make any sense. But the point here is that kind of feature is already a good add-on and makes the iPad an amazing multi-purpose device, but only if you are already invested onto Apple ecosystem. But again, it doesn't end there. The positive things about this iPad 9 Gen on functionality aspect is overflowing, because you can actually turn this somewhat similar to a portable desk setup. You can invest on a Apple Keyboard Folio, which is an iPad case with built-in keyboard that connects via smart connector. This could be a bit expensive, but if you want to go cheaper, you can go for third-party keyboard folios or Bluetooth iPad cases, which works just fine as well. The main point here is with these kinds of accessories, it does significantly increase the value of what an iPad 9 Gen can bring to you, right? Because considering again, this is a $250 iPad. Just imagine a mini computer that you can bring anywhere and even has better battery life than other laptops out there. With that being said, let's talk about the battery life. My experience on this iPad's battery life is somewhat unbelievable. If you already watched some of my previous initial reviews, I'm sure you've already heard of some of my unexpected experience about its battery life that doesn't make any sense at first, but it definitely proved how good the battery life of this iPad 9 Gen. Currently, as of now, it's still the same. It lasts around 10 hours or more when watching videos. For some gaming, it lasts 6 to 8 hours or even more depending on what games you play. And on multitasking, it really depends on what kind of multitask setup you are running. On my case, mine includes watching a video while studying and watching tutorials at the same time, which plays around 7 to 8 hours straight of intensive multitask usage. But here's the best thing, it can last close to 2 days or even more if you're just idly using it time to time. I don't exactly remember like how long is the limit, but there are times that I've been barely using it and 3 or 4 days had already passed, but it's still on 40 to 60%. And addition to that, this iPad includes a 20-watt charging brick and a 1 meter lightning to USB-C cable. This is a good package already, especially considering the amount of money that you are only paying for, which we'll also dive deep in a bit. But for now, I just want to talk about one of the main use that I personally do on this iPad 9 Gen, which potentially what you could also be doing or the reason why some of you are looking for an iPad. This is a good device for digital artists, whether you're already a professional or just starting out or just trying to learn art just like me. It's beginner friendly, especially this iPad has one of the best graphic editor or drawing application, which is Procreate. It's a fantastic exclusive application where you can draw, animate, and for me, creating assets. And obviously, this is also a good note-taking device, whether you go for an application to write your student notes or just store your office-related documents. But first, before you can even do that, you need a pencil. And this might be a topic which some of you might not like. This iPad 9 Gen is compatible with Apple Pencil 1, which is not the Apple Pencil that you might be familiar, because this particular pencil doesn't stick to the side of an iPad, which initially what comes to your mind if we're talking about an iPad and pencil setup. It doesn't support the magnet wireless charging. The way you charge this is actually weird. First, you have to remove the cap of the pencil. It's a lightning connector, so keep that in mind, but all you need to do is just plug it in just like this. I'm sure while you are watching this, you'll also find it weird, like, why is this even a thing? But yeah, despite that, the Apple Pencil 1 charges for 15 minutes from 0 to 100% on this charging setup. Take note that there's also another way to charge this, which is using the included adapter and charge it the way you charge your other devices. And it's gonna be quite faster depending on the brick you are using. So this Apple Pencil 1 lasts for 12 hours on continuous intensive use, but if it's just sitting there or used only from time to time, it's gonna last for a few days. But here's the thing, this is a different purchase from the iPad. It's not included on the full package of the iPad 9 Gen, unlike other tablets out there that already has the stylus included with the product. So this Apple Pencil 1 would cost you around 115 to 120 US dollars as of this video recording, which I'm not sure how to justify even though it works smoothly with the iPad. By this time, if you already reached this part of this video, you already know that the iPad 9 Gen is a well-rounded device, but there are still some catch. Let's talk about the camera. It's not as impressive as what you might think, but it's still useful. The camera of this iPad is decent, but there are some factors that I don't like. Example, video recording only on 1080p. That's quite outdated as for today's current standard options. The front camera of this iPad is 12 megapixels ultra wide and the rear camera is 8 megapixels wide camera with digital zoom up to 5x. Combined together, they have good features like cinematic stabilization, 60 FPS video recording, time-lapse, HDR, and a lot more. Some of these camera use cases are document scanning or measuring things on the rear camera or just simply capturing things and memories. Everything else on this iPad contributes to its value. So with all of that, is it still worth buying this iPad 9 Gen this 2025? And my answer to that is definitely yes. This iPad is an entry-level device, but it doesn't feel like that. Yeah, you might lack some amazing features like compatibility to Apple Pencils that's sticking to the side of the iPad when charging or Face ID for better security. But everything else fits right on its price and you might actually benefit more than what you think. The pricing this late 2025 is kind of crazy. Before, I bought mine around 320 and it's already a good value. But right now, again, it's just crazy. It's currently priced on 250 US dollars for 64 gig as a Wi-Fi model only on my country. It's definitely the new stock price for this iPad, but it gets better. I've seen it priced on Amazon and other shops as low as 200 US dollars. I don't exactly know the reason for this. Perhaps it's because of its discontinuation that was announced back in second quarter of 2024. But still, to be honest, this is just too good for this kind of price. This is what I would really recommend if you want to squeeze out value with your money or just simply want an iPad without getting baited on price laddering. The only deal breaker here is the separate purchase for the Apple Pencil 1. But if we're just gonna talk about this iPad 9th Gen as a standalone device, it's indeed one of the best value products you can get your hands on right now while it's still available. So I hope this video gave you an idea on how good the iPad 9th Gen is and why it's still worth buying this 2025. If you want a proper review, you can check out my previous initial reviews or later in the future. So make sure to subscribe, don't forget that, and make sure to drop a like on this video. Again, Hermes here, thanks for watching and catch you guys on the next one.